Hi, I'm Emma Zara Newman. I'm co-chair with Peg Gorman of the Clean County Commission of James City County. This is a volunteer position for me. I am also a third grade teacher over at Matoka Elementary School. And today we're going to be talking about convenience centers, and we have Jim Hill here with us to talk about convenience centers and all the services that they provide. We have Peg Gorman here to talk with us about the Litter and Recycling Expo that's hosted by the Clean County Commission. And then we'll talk a little bit about the businesses that we are partnering with to get that expo up and running. The Stewardship Hour, before we move on, we give a little background for what we're doing here and why we're here. This is the Clean County Commission's way of keeping citizens informed about sustainability initiatives. It's a monthly program. We meet every second Thursday of the month at 5:30 p.m. on Zoom. And we always invite someone to talk to us about a particular subject, and then citizens have a chance to ask questions and engage with that topic. And our whole focus is geared towards action. So we'll hear a little bit, we'll learn a little bit, and then we'll learn what we can do with that information. So today we're going to specifically understand the function and capabilities of our county convenience centers, explore the many ways to responsibly discard of solid waste, including the upcoming events, and we'll get a chance for citizens to provide feedback to the county for future convenience center projects. So without further ado, Jim, I would love it if we could hear a little bit from you about what your job is and our facilities we have here in the county.
I'm happy to be here. Just a quick overview of the convenience centers. We have three convenience centers within the county, one at Toano, one on Tuning Road, and our main center at Jolly Pond Road at the site of the old landfill. We serve the citizenry. For example, last year we served almost 90,000 customers at all three of our sites. Each site is a little different. For example, Jolly Pond is our main center, so we take everything there, all bulky items, scrap metal, cardboard, mixed paper recycling, metal, glass, and plastic, yard debris, which is all recycled. Also, motor oil, antifreeze, lead acid batteries, and cooking oil. Our tuning site is a little smaller site. It's more of a recycling site. We do have open top dumpsters for household trash, but we don't take bulky items there necessarily. We basically take your mixed paper, metal, glass, plastic, and again, your motor oils, antifreezes, and batteries. And we don't take scrap metal there as well. The Toano site's a little bit bigger. We do take everything there with the exception of yard waste. Jolly Pond is the only place we take yard waste. We're open 7 days a week at Jolly Pond and Toano. We're open 6 days a week at Tuning Road. Jolly Pond, we're open from 7 to 5, Sunday through Saturday. The Toano site, we're open 8 to 4, Sunday through Saturday, and Tuning Road, we're open half day Monday and then Tuesday through Saturday and closed on Sunday. There are charges to drop off trash, recycling, drop off scrap metal, cardboard is free. And the staff has been extremely busy with, I want to say that the three sites have been very integral during this pandemic with regard to keeping everything normal for people who have been home. It's been a place that people come and it's kind of keeps everything, gives them a normal feel, I guess you could call it. But like I said, we've been very busy, very, very busy. We're doing a lot of business out there. I've seen the business go up. Last year we did 73,000 customers. This past fiscal year we did almost 90,000, and we're on the road to beat that again in fiscal 21. So That's basically it. The only thing we don't take is hazardous chemicals, of course. That would go out to our hazardous chemical collections, which we hold 5 times a year out at War Hill High School.
And the next one is on October 10th, correct?
Yes, October 10th at War Hill High School from 8 till noon. It coincides with your expo. And we'll also be assisting you guys with your expo with a couple of over-the-top containers for your paints and so forth.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jim. If anyone has any questions for Jim, feel free to, we have a small enough crew, you could unmute and ask, or if you prefer to type in the chat, that would be fine too. I do want to say that this presentation will be turned into a PDF, and I can distribute it to anyone who would like it, and I will. And once you're looking at this presentation as a PDF, you can click on these links to go visit the specific website. So if you wanted to take a look at any of these websites on this page and on any other page of the presentation, that will be available to you if you would like. So does anyone have any questions for Jim?
Emma?
Yes?
So it's Pat, sorry.
Hi, Pat.
My video went off. I'll come back. I went and checked the tuning, and Jim, I think you probably will corroborate this, about the wax soup containers, the wax covered. Remember we talked about that last time?
Yes.
And that lady from Chesapeake said that they were recyclable, but they are not.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, because I was like, really?
Yeah, they are not. Thank you so much for clarifying that.
And we talked about that, Emma, this morning when we were talking, and there are different, it's not the county or the vendor, the single vendor that has changed the recycling, the type of recycling we're taking. It's the market that's driving what we're taking now.
Mm-hmm.
Before we were able to take the harder plastics and, the toys and such. Now there's no financial gain for them, so they're not, it costs them money, so we're not taking that right now.
Jim,
But
can I ask
it
you a
could change as the
question?
market changes. It just goes up and down.
This is Peg. I'd like to ask you a question. What is happening with the glass recycling project?
That is still ongoing. We're waiting to hear back about financing for that. We've applied for a couple of grants, including a DEQ grant. We've got fingers crossed that we'll get some funds from the DEQ to fund some or all of that project. Because, in a nutshell, we have to buy containers for the glass, and then we have to put at each site, and then we have to build a storage area at the back of the landfill with which to store the material. Doesn't have to be covered, but it's an open area, but it still has to be stored in a certain way. So we're still in the process of securing enough funding to push it forward, but we're moving forward. We're moving forward with that right now. So we'll know more. I think the DEQ grant, their board meets the middle of October, so we'll know something certainly by the end, hopefully by the end of the year.
Well, I'd like to have you keep the Clean County Commission advised about it so that we
sure.
can help where possible.
Also, absolutely.
So you don't have any containers to collect it in at this point?
Not at this point, but we have, like I said, we've done our research. We have vendors that we can purchase them from. We looked at either purchasing them or renting them. It seems that it's financially sound to purchase them rather than rent them by the month. And we've got several sources for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're set to go. It's just we're waiting for the funding.
Okay.
Waiting for the the okay from administration to move forward with that.
Well, we're very interested in that. So,
Oh, I know you are, and we could use your help getting the word out. I think it's going to be a very, very uh, productive project. I think it's going to be a winner for the county.
okay.
So just to clarify, Jim, if people were to bring glass to Jolly Pond, for example, would they be able to recycle it there currently?
Glass right now does not get recycled. It doesn't go. A bottle doesn't make a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
A bottle. What they do is they'll take the glass, but they use it as alternate daily cover for landfills.
Okay. So
Right
if
now, that's across the industry right now.
right.
Sources and that's our intention, is to take the glass out of the drop off and get it separated, and then take it to, we've gone on road trips and looked at 2 vendors that can make a bottle.
Right.
So it is actually getting recycled, and they're pretty impressive operations.
That sounds like a really worthwhile project. So yeah.
Oh
definitely
yeah,
looking forward.
I've been working with economic development on this and when Dawn was here too, she
Yeah.
was working on it. We've been working on this over a year, and it's just the funding now that we're waiting for. I think that's, once we get past that and see where we are with that, I think administration is behind that.
Okay.
And they'll push it forward.
That's awesome.
Something else I think you need to clarify is where to purchase the tickets for the landfill and
Okay.
how much they are.
Okay. Well, they're still $4 a piece. They're still $4 a coupon. They're $20 a book. We were during the pandemic, or earlier on in the pandemic, we were selling them at Jolly Pond. We stopped doing that as soon as the rec center opened. So we're back at the rec center selling them. We're selling them at the community center down in Grove, and also at the treasurer's office and at the satellite office in Toano. We stopped selling them at Freedom Park because it took a staff member with the cutbacks at the parks, where they had to furlough a few people. They had to designate one person to sell coupons. So that was one that they could kind of let go for a while. So that's the only place we're not selling them. And keep in mind that we also do take credit cards and debit cards at each site. We do not take cash. We take debit and credit cards. And I think right now, I'm not sure if they've lifted, if the convenience fee is still suspended. I think it is, but I'm not quite sure.
I think it still is, but
I'm thinking till the end of December, right?
Yeah, I think that's what the website said.
Yeah. So the end of December. So you're not paying that 2.9% fee on the purchase at the convenience center. It's just like having a coupon, but the convenience of not having to go get the coupons and then come to us. We can do point of sale at all 3 sites.
Okay.
Adrian, did you have a question?
I was just curious if we would be able to take the glass to a different vendor. Why don't the other private vendors take the glass where it can be used?
I don't think that it's. I can't speak for them, the vendors, but I would. My guess is it's just not profitable for them to do that.
It seems like their only cost would be transportation, but I guess that's a big enough cost.
That's a lot. That's a big cost. Yes, that's a large cost to transport that material.
So we would also the county would cover the cost, the transportation cost.
Well, the way we're looking at it now, the cost of transportation. we would get a return on some of the, they would pay us for some of the material we were getting, and it would cover 90% of the cost of the transportation. Our goal is to, we went up to Fairfax and we're trying to mirror their operation up there, where once we get the county started up, we will invite other vendors, other counties, other jurisdictions to bring it to us, where we could charge them a fee to drop it off. I think our ultimate goal is to have that operation self-funding, making money but not losing money, but just kind of breaking even, so it's self-funding. So we're not tapping into any county resources. That's our ultimate goal, but that's down the road. We've got to start our county, see how it goes, and then build into that. We're going to build into these other communities and inviting them in to use our site.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Jim. That's a lot of great information. I'd like to move on now, if that's all right with everyone, to the ways we can get involved, ways we can interact with the convenience centers, and talking about those other items we have to get through. The first thing that is on our agenda right here is to talk about the upcoming event that I've alluded to, Peg's alluded to, and Jim's alluded to, which is the joint Litter and Recycling Expo and Household Chemical.
And I can get real excited about that.
Yeah, so Peg, why don't you tell us about who will be there, what it will look like, and what people can accomplish by going there.
Well, we're going to have it at War Hill High School as a parking lot that faces Opportunity Way, which is the side of the building. We will have people directing traffic as soon as you come in, registration, somebody sending to each station. We have the stations that we're going to have is the Gone for Good shredding, which we will be shredding bags of papers, documents, and so forth. The Clean County will be paying for that. There's going to be a restore truck there collecting household furnishings, decorations, whatever. Then we're having the latex paint recycling, which is Coastal Virginia Environmental Company and our collections, and they will be there taking latex paint only. However, over at the household chemical collection, which will be in front of a high school, we'll be taking all the other types of paints and so forth. So we hope to be able to work together with them. Jim is going to furnish us with a roll-off container for taking in tires. If we take any electronics in, of course, we are going to try to coordinate with the household collections. We are hoping to have a small engine repair company there that maybe will take those lawnmowers that you want to get rid of or whatever. We have the Ask HR Green trailer will be there with the information. We will have tables set up along the sidewalk at the school to give you more information about things that's going on with us in the Clean County Commission. And so I'm very excited. We haven't had any activities since our last meeting in March, and we've missed all of these things. So we're hoping to have a real good turnout for this. And we just gave a report to the board on Tuesday night, and it was well received, and I'm hoping that people will get involved and come out and participate.
Thanks so much, Peg. So I wanted to point out that to reiterate that we'll be sort of partnering with the Jolly Pond Convenience Center, and they'll be helping us provide some extra services. So on top of having the convenience centers all year round, this is an annual event organized by the Clean County Commission that's this year in conjunction with the household chemicals, which happens 5 times. So hope to see everyone there. So an individual behavior that everyone could take is to stop by, bring something that you want to responsibly dispose of. We're very big proponents of avoiding illegal dumping and making people feel that that's not the way they need to go about things, because there are lots of resources and services that the county and volunteers already provide. So here we are to let everyone know about it.
Could I just interject something here?
Sure.
You have down at the end of the screen, it says CVACE. It's CVEC. It's Coastal Virginia Environmental Coatings.
Yes, I did that. I separated the letters a little weird there. VA, Virginia got its own, 2 letters.
We were tired last night, I think.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to our volunteer action, we are looking for volunteers to help us run the event this year. And it's going to look a little bit different than other years. We're going to have to be very spread out with your masks, very professional about how we manage our space. But that being said, we still are looking for volunteers. So there are 3 types of volunteer action that we're asking people to sign up for. And the numbers next to that volunteer action type is the number of volunteers we would like to ideally have. So if you're someone who works in logistics and that makes sense to you, and you don't mind talking to people, then you might want to try out for position number 1, direct traffic and registration. That this volunteer would help cars welcome them to the event and help them get to the right spots and register each car and count how many people are coming through. It's important we do that for our own records and for our planning purposes for the next year. And also, this is an important job so that people can make sure that we're being as efficient as possible and limiting the time that people have to be spending dropping their things off. Ideally, we can stay in cars if that's how we feel most comfortable. The next type of volunteer job we have is sharing of information. So these would be the tables where we share information about Keep James City County Beautiful, information about the Clean County Commission, letting people know about the Stewardship Hour. We have some exciting new things in the works with litter
lending kit.
Lender lending kits, thank you. Where we'll be handing out if people would like to check those out, like library books, and go clean up their neighborhoods. We would like to have those available, and so we need a volunteer to be helping pass those out. And the last type of volunteer we're asking for is a volunteer who could help our vendors who are coming. So restore and paint collection and shredding. In the Jolly Pond folks, it's always helpful to have some volunteers, right, with the tires. Ask HR Green Trailer to sort of help keep everything rolling. And so if you're not someone who likes to talk to people, but you want to help out, that last option is a great one, and we definitely need people. Oh, and you can indicate to me if you are interested in one of those positions in the survey that I'm going to hand out at the end of this Zoom session. So hang tight if one of those is feeling great for you, you can let me know at the end. Okay, our third type of action is supporting the economy. Here I just wanted to highlight the stores that we have partnered with for this expo. We have Gone for Good Shred Company, and if you would like to learn more about them, here is the link. When you access this as a PDF, you can click on there and go visit more about that site. We have I did it right here, Peg. The CVEC for paint collection, and we have Restore. And we're planning on hearing from our friends over at the Restore today, and I haven't seen them get on, but I don't know everyone's name here in our Zoom. Is anyone here to speak on behalf of Restore this evening?
Well, Tiffany King is our contact person there, and
she was unavailable, but Mark was going to come by, but that's okay. He must have gotten held up with something else.
Okay.
But anyway, please feel free to learn more about these businesses. We've worked with them before, and they're really phenomenal. We love working with them. And here's the part where your voice really matters. We are in a really neat position where the county is planning on a 4th convenience center down in Grove. And there is a group of people who are working to figure out exactly in the brainstorming stages, what do people want out of this convenience center? And one of the things that the Clean County Commission has been tasked for, and we've happily signed up for, is to kind of reach out to the citizens of James City County to find out what do people want. In your wildest dreams, what could a convenience center provide for the county? This is really a looking ahead type of project. As it's been explained to me, it's something that we can really think idealistically and worry about the being pragmatic later on, but let's get the ideas out there. And so at the end of this session, the survey I've already spoken about, I'll send it out, and there are some boxes where you can type in answers to some of these questions, like what should a convenience center have? What do you use most often when it comes to convenience centers? What would be ideal? What do James City County convenience centers lack? Something that I'd personally love to see is some sort of industrial composting. Again, for being ideal, we'll do. It sounds like we'll work out the kinks later, but at this point, they're asking for citizen feedback. So I would really appreciate getting a lot of people's feedback on this. Even if you go to the survey and blow off some of the other questions, I'd love to get people's feedback on this. Don't blow off the survey, but if you have to, these are the ones that are really cool.
We can certainly use all the feedback we can get.
Absolutely, and it will be used, I promise. Every word typed will be heard, and so citizens' voices really matter at this juncture.
It has helped us and fulfill a lot of things that we've been doing with the Clean County Commission over the years.
And the last action, of course, is to share the video of the Zoom. So as we mentioned before, illegal dumping is a pretty big deal in our county. We're still gets calls all the time, but it is a larger issue, and so it's important to spread news about the services we already have in the county, such as the convenience centers and the events upcoming. It also would be great if we could get a good turnout for our Expo, because it's a great opportunity. It comes once a year. It's kind of a one-stop shop for anything you're trying to get rid of, and if it can't go to the Expo, you can get right down the road to Jolly Pond and they can handle the rest. So
That's right.
It's great for fall cleaning, and we're looking for volunteers. So please, another action you could take on behalf of the county and being a good steward would be to share the video of this Zoom, which I will send out and which will be available on the public access site for James City County relatively soon. So here we are at our exit ticket time. In just a minute, I'll send out the survey. And there's only a couple questions this time that are a pop quiz, just to see if you were listening to Jim. This is also where you can give your feedback about the Grove Convenience Center. You can sign up to make sure you get a copy of this video and presentation. You can sign up as a volunteer for Keep James City County Beautiful, and this is where you can let us know what sort of action you're feeling committed to, and that really helps kind of steer the Stewardship Hour, so we can see what sort of action people are looking to engage in when they come to the Stewardship Hour. And of course, you can let us know what you think of Stewardship Hour. Before I send it off, though, I want to give a plug for our next Stewardship Hour, which we will be talking about litter pickup and prevention. We'll be talking more about our litter loaner kits.
Litter lending kit.
I'll get it right eventually. The litter
get it right.
kits. And some of the amazing things that we have going on that Keep James City County Beautiful volunteers have been working on for years and months, and they're really inspiring, and there's some great stuff going on in the county when it comes to stopping litter, picking it up. So if everyone wouldn't mind, before you sign off, It's really helpful for everyone to fill out the survey. So if you wouldn't mind clicking on it now so that you can make sure you can access it. Thanks for coming.